Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel English Literature 101. Today we are going to read one of the best known sonnets written by Edmund Spenser, titled One Day I Wrote Her Name. This sonnet, written by Edmund Spenser, was first published in the year 1595 in the famous sonnet sequence Amoretti, meaning Little Loves. This sonnet series is a collection of 88 sonnets, and this particular sonnet is sonnet number 75. All 88 sonnets in this sonnet series are love sonnets dedicated to Edmund Spenser's lady love, his wife Elizabeth Boyle. The present sonnet which we are going to read depicts Spenser's courtship of Elizabeth Boyle, which took place over the course of 3 months in the year 1594. There are few important things that we should know about this poem or sonnet. Firstly, it is a 14-line sonnet written in iambic pentameter. Secondly, it has a rhyme scheme that is influenced by both Petrarchan and Shakespearean sonnets. It is called Spenserian sonnet. The rhyme scheme is AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, EE. And thirdly, the setting of this sonnet or the background of this sonnet is basically a vast sea wherein there are two lovers. One is Spenser himself, the other is his lady love, later his wife Elizabeth Boyle. So now let's see what the sonnet is all about. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. We notice that the sonnet starts with one day, which makes us feel that the poet is trying to recall some past events of his life, isn't it? He says that one day I wrote her name. Here her refers to Elizabeth Boyle, that is the poet's beloved. So the poet says that one day he wrote his beloved's name upon the strand or shore of the sea. But came the waves and washed it away. But unfortunately, what happened? As the poet wrote his beloved's name, the waves came and washed or erased the name he wrote on the shore. So, in these two lines, we find that the poet makes useless attempt to write his beloved's name on the seashore or sand as the waves come and wash it. Again, I wrote it with a second hand, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. In these two lines, the poet says that though he failed in his first attempt to write his beloved's name, he did not lose hope. He wrote it with a second hand, which means he tried to write for the second time. But unfortunately, the tide made the speaker's labor or pains of writing its prey. So we see that the poet's beloved's name becomes an object of hunting for the hungry tide. The high tides came and affected it. Vain man, said she, that dost in vain essay a mortal thing so to immortalize, for I self shall like to this decay, and eke my name be wiped out likewise. In these 4 lines, we find a conversation going on between the poet and his beloved. The poet's beloved speaks for the first time. She calls the poet, "O proud man," and tells that he is making a vain effort or useless attempt to immortalize his lady love, who is a mortal being. She emphasizes the fact that she is a mortal being and she will also disappear or decay from this world, just like her name was removed from the shore by the tides or waves. She says that with her death, her name too will be erased or wiped out forever from this world. No one will remember her name after her death. So in these lines, we find that the poet's beloved kind of emphasizes mortality of the world and shows the power of death. Not so, quote I. Let baser things devise, to die in dust, but you shall live by fame. In these lines, the poet replies to his lady love. He says that, "No, let me tell you, my lady love, that it is not going to happen as you said." He says that baser or inferior things die in dust or disappear, but you, my beloved, will live through fame. That is, you will live in stories and in people's heart. In short, the poet believes that all inferior, gross materials or elements are no doubt subjected to death and decay, but his lady love will remain ever alive in fame in people's heart. My verse, your virtues, rare shall eternize, and in the heavens write your glorious name. In these lines, the poet says that it is through his verse, his power of poetry, that he would immortalize her rare and special virtues, and thus she will live in the reader's mind forever. She will be eternal and immortal, and make her name known to heaven also. Where whence death shall all the world subdue, our love shall live and later life renew. In these two lines, the poet says that even when death gains control over all the world, it won't be able to do any harm to his beloved, because through his poetry or verse, he would make his beloved immortal and eternal. His verse will live forever and remind others of their ideal, pure, and unparalleled love, and will also inspire all succeeding lovers. He, through his verse or poem, will truly make her beloved reach the heights of immortality. So we find that this sonnet is inspired with the high ideal of devoted love as well as bold faith in the power of literary art to immortalize love and triumph against the blow of time. Here I have provided you with a list of new words that would make the understanding of the sonnet better. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope that you all have understood the sonnet well. If you have any queries related to the sonnet, do let me know in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, I request you to please like, share and subscribe it. Thank you.